last time you saw me, I was sweating my tits off in Middle Eastern France. Came home from that trip. Just like I said, I was sweating like a cheap hooker on a buy one get one free. But anyway, here I am. 48 hours or so. I'm going home Friday. Today's Wednesday, so Wednesday morning, just now got my rods out. At Tavera Mills, my syndicate. I'm on a nice tidy little spot. Not a lot showing first thing this morning. I didn't get here till probably 8:30, 9 o'clock. A couple of laps of the lake. Didn't produce any visual signs, so to speak. My main aim of this trip, I don't give a shit if I catch a carp or not. I'm knackered, I'm frazzled. Work's been manic and I just need to shut down. So I picked a tidy little swim. I'm on this little island. Lily's in front of me. Low-lying weed out there, but I managed to find 3 spots. Well, reasonably close in, 5.5 wraps. Not be all and end all. Just found clear spots. I'm fishing hellies as normal here, and then just long hook link. Like I said, I don't follow the norm. I'm like fishing 12-inch hook links. I don't bloody care. I want my bait to be up and then slowly fall because it's critically balanced, pop up, and that'll just gently fall on top of the weed. A couple of 3-4 catapults of baits, maybe 20 baits for around each spot in the laps of the gods. Like I said, I don't really care but give them monkeys if I catch or not. It's just a couple of days away from the funny farm. So yeah, digs are up, all set up, rods are in. Now I'm in the laps of the gods. I'm now going to get the barbecue set up. I haven't even got the brew kit out yet. It's too bloody warm. I'm on the H2O, and not even brought any beer with me. Couldn't be bothered with that. So it's caffeine and water, perfect. So yeah, onwards and upwards, they say. Like I say, I can now take a chill pill, mark some spots. Like I said, this is all new to me. I've only done 2 or 3 sessions on this lake, and I've had to play ticket nearly 2 seasons. So I've got to sort of pull my finger out and get my tits in the sink, so to speak. So I'm just dead opposite the first swim I fished. I ever fished here, and I'm just taking a little, take it all back, take a chill pill, and sit back and relax. If the fish come along, they come along. It's about learning to swim. Every lake I fished, you've got to learn it. If you don't learn it, you're pissing in the wind. So the only way you learn it is by sometimes just picking a swim, mark the spots, and then just work at that swim. Exactly how I conquered Rodney in the end. 3 years of blanking, I'm just in the right place at the right time, and after that things fell into place. So this is not much different. I mean, it's double the size of Rodney, probably double the head of carp in here. But it's laid out differently. Rodney's a lake. This is a lake beside a lake beside a lake beside a lake. I mean, I've got to split this place into 3 or 4 bits, and then work my way around those 3 or 4 bits. I'm not where I wanted to be originally, and that's purely because of water level. The water level's well down, and I mean well down. I mean, it's at least a foot down on what it was due to the warm weather. I like to get my tips a little bit lower than what they are at the moment, but the ground's rock hard. I'm fishing a pod, and I don't like using pods, but you got to work what you got to work with. But anyway, tribe, all onwards and upwards, keep you updated, and yeah, time for some rest and relaxation. Bit of an uneventful night. Not that I expected anything different, because I didn't. Got wiped out by a pink-foot goose, so I had to recast one of my rods, and I hate doing that. You know, I like my rods to settle, everything to be in place, the whole rig, the whole way I fish with the long hook links. I like it to hit the water, and because I use super buoyant pop-ups, I like them to stay and then gently sink into position with a bit of foam. And because of the low level weed here, and I'm fishing, you know, clear spots, if you get pulled by a goose or anything like that, then it puts a chink in the armour, and you've got to then, if you've got one iota of doubt that you're not right, reel in, start again. So that's what I did. Quiet on the shows front. There was some, just behind me, there was a couple of good lumps. Now you can just tell they're a good lump. You know, when you sort of like, you hear a wallow, it's not a splash, it's a proper wallow. And then this morning, about half an hour ago, 45 minutes, out in front, right where my left-hand rod is, but further out, there was a big wallow, just a big, and you can always tell the better fish, because when they come up and then down, it swirls. It doesn't splash, it swirls. So you know that's a fucking lump. So which is nice. First show down this end of the lake. Admittedly away from where I'm fishing by about, I don't know, 6-7 wraps, maybe 8 wraps further out, but you know, it's a sign. So it's a matter of just doing what I'm doing. You know, I'm fishing, rods are clean, it's happy days. I mean, I had one of the bailiffs came round last night, we had a bit of a chat. I'm the only one on the lake. Well, I was last night anyway. Everybody was watching the football. I got better things to do, like go fishing. So it's just take a chill pill, carrying on. You know, it's like I said earlier, it's all about investigating the water, investigating each swim. I see this lake or this syndicate as a long ball game. You know, I need to put more time in, admittedly, and I do. I've got to start getting into the habit of doing quick overnighters and stuff like that, to try and get the first one on the bank. Once the first one's on the bank, life's easy. You know what you're doing and where you're going, and you can work from there. But certainly, it's a nice place. It is a really, really nice place. You know, you can't grumble. This place is spotless. There's no litter. There's no nothing. You know, to be fair, you wouldn't even know people are fishing. If you come into a swim, I know the banks are hard, but you know, I said yesterday, I'm using a pod. You can't get a bank stick in the bloody bank. But the place is immaculate, and I mean immaculate. I've seen some proper Bobby Dazzler day ticket waters, of which I don't fish. I feel sorry for my nephew, because he's searching for his first syndicate. He's 15 years old. He's already chomping at the bit to get on a syndicate, because he's just fed up of idiots. You know, fed up of fuckwits. and it's unfortunately he's had, bless him, problems with other anglers already, you know, and that's just sad. You know, carp fishing's not what it was, that's for a dead cert. You know, carp fishing years ago, I mean, like I said, I've been doing this 30 years, and this is my 3rd or 4th syndicate. You know, so when I go fishing, or I get a new syndicate, it's a long ball game, not a short ball game. You know, I like to struggle, I like to work hard for my fishing. So hopefully he'll get on somewhere. You know, he's searching, you know, but you know, he's a 15-year-old kid. He's got to get a job first to pay for the bloody syndicate, you know. And you're talking 600, 700, 800 quid for a syndicate. You know, you've got to have a few quid in your back pocket. You know, I might take him to, I'm thinking about going back to Holland in next year. I can't get on next year. I can't get the ticket. I can't get the swim that I want, because you can book swims on that lake in Holland, and I can't book that. That lake is a 2-swim lake now, where you used to be able to catch fish in all the swims, but now it's a two. Unless you're doing a lake exclusive, it's book a swim, and to go on that lake you need peg 1, and I can't get peg 1 now till 2028. So that tells you a story. So I think I might take him to Holland, and tell him to save his pennies up, get a job, and then we'll go give that a waz. But we're sucking into it. That's ongoing projects. Well, I've just now got me obligatory cup of enthusiasm. Still sit back, chill back. You've had enough, no doubt, of me rattling on a load of gibberish. But anyway, troops. Right, good afternoon, tribe. Well, I'm going to head home. I've just decided, just spoke to the wife, my daughter, bless her, fell off her bike hard. Oof. And she biked home from school and took a big chunk out of the palm of her hand. So yeah, I'm going to go and see her. It's been a lovely trip, learned a lot, spent a lot of time today watching the water, seen some good shows, big fish, you know, lolloping about. So the buggers are in here. Got a busy week next week. I'm not going to get back down next week. I'm going to try hard to get down the following week, and if not, it might be a couple of weeks before I'm back, but I'm going to work it. I'm going to skim the gear down for overnighters. I'm going to skim the gear down, you know, and yeah, I might do what I used to do when I fished charity lakes. I used to come up the A47 and swing in for a rat burger on me way past, and do it like that. That way I can cut down and not take grub. I can just take the brew kit and not take food with me, and then do quick overnighters like that, which works. So yeah, happy days, tribe. I'm homeward bound. I need a shower. I stink like a bloody polecat. So yeah. Evel Knievel the goose is still giving me evils. And yeah, time for home. Like I said in my bio, you're not always going to see me with fish. I'm not that kind of angler. It's more about resetting this, like I've said before, than it is to do this. So onwards and upwards. I don't think it'll be too much longer before I get a fish out of this place. I've already sort of came up with a plan to stay away from the open water a bit. I mean, there's some big lumps of open water, and I'm not saying I don't like open water, but I need to play to my advantages. Had a big long think this afternoon. Do what I do best, and that's snag fish. Find the snags and fish for them in there. Now that's where they are. Get in the weed, get in the snags, and work to my advantages. So right, I'm now going to pack up shop, steady away, leave my rods in till the last minute as always, and until next time, I shall see you soon.